Hi everyone, it's Stacy from PeonyLaneDesigns.com. Have you subscribed to the channel yet? If not, click the link below. We're going to try flap wheels for the first time. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, comment down below, like this video, and click the bell icon to be notified. Okay, I have seen these used before. I have never used one myself, and I'm a little nervous because, okay, so what it is it's a flap wheel. That's what it's called. And on here is sandpaper and different grits. So I've got a 40, a 60, an 80, and a 120. I think that's it, isn't it? 40, 60, 80, and 120. There's two 80s on there. The most common types that you would use. The flap wheels are nice, being that they're circular, for doing things like cleaning out in here and shaping and making sure it's nice and smooth on the cutting boards. So that's why I ordered them, because I cut the 3 cutting boards and I was sitting there thinking, I wish I had something that was round, like a drum sander, but I don't have a drill press, so I couldn't get a drum sander. So I went with the flap wheels. So these will shape and sand, and it'll also take paint off of things like metal at like 2,000 or 20,000 RPMs or something, like 20,000 RPMs is what it says. And I'm like, I'm a little nervous because I don't have a vise in here to hold the piece in place. So I'm going to have to try and hold the cutting board in place and use the drill, because this is going to attach to my drill, so these fit the chuck on my drill, and stand at the same time. And I'm worried that I'm going to lose control and I'm going to get hurt, you know, sort of like when I use the belt sander. Not that I've taken layers of skin off with a belt sander, but I have. So now I'm worried I'm going to take layers of skin off with the flap wheel. But I want to do more and more of the cutting boards. They were selling really well, and I need to be able to make sure that that's nice and clean in there, and, you know, they look nice. So it's very important to me that they look nice. Now, my husband did belt sand these for me because he's seen me all bloody from the belt sander. The belt sander won. He keeps trying to instruct me on the belt sander. So he has belt sanded the tops of these, so they're nice and smooth. And he did somewhat clean it up in here. And I said, well, why did you do that? I wanted to use my flap wheels. But there's still more that needs to be done. So you could see in here where I was using the saw to cut this is super hardwood, and it burned it a little bit when making the turns. And the big one, the giant one, he left for me to do all together. And then he wrecked it. But we'll discuss that on another day. There's some pieces on there that I went, what did you do there? Anyway, let's get this open up. And I'm going to attach this to my drill. And we're going to cross our fingers and pray to the gods of DIY that Stacy does not injure herself and start bleeding in this video. All right, so y'all with me on that? Let's do it. Yeah, I could cut myself on the packaging. All right, so for shaping, I think I'm going to grab the 40. The 40. Let's do it right side up, which should be able to shape the parts of the larger cutting board that are still misshapen. I want to get that taken care of right away. But these are, you know, pretty dense sandpaper. I don't know, flaps. It's a flap wheel, so we'll call them flaps. And then this spins really fast, and you get it on there, and it should sand that down pretty quick. But are you nervous? Not gonna lie, I am a little bit nervous about this. So let me just get this on my drill. So it should, you know what? I want it to come off the drill a little bit. I don't want it directly onto the chuck. Okay, I'm going to take the scarf off. Just one more thing to get caught in it, right? I'm not going to lie. My anxiety is a little bit up here on this one. And I have tackled worse power tools. I mean, I'm okay with power tools, saws, things like that. Not really a problem. The only thing I've ever hurt myself on is a sander. That's why, I don't know, this thing is like... and I don't know if I just hold this, like, if I just hold them between my knees, like put the board between my knees, or if I need to lay it down on a surface. And so like, oh yeah, it cuts in really good. Ooh, we are shaping. So it doesn't fit in there quite right. This isn't the one I need to shape, so I'm gonna get the one I need to shape out because I have the 40. Well, that's not even getting in there. It's not as aggressive as I needed it to be. Oh, it's warm though. Oh, that's working on there. It's just that's not the right shape yet. Okay. It's working. I have seen this used on paint. Let me explain. I did not see this on woodworking. I saw someone take this little number and go on a piece and take paint off. And I was like, oh, what is that? You know? So if you've never seen one of these, and I had not seen one until that day, right? So you're like, oh, cool, flap wheel. Like if you saw this in Menards, you wouldn't go, I know what that's for. It just didn't dawn on me ever until I saw one used. No. I really wanted it to deal with these black marks in here. And I feel like I should maybe get a smaller one. I don't have a smaller one. See, it got away from me. You saw it. It got away from me. It's warm. So, I mean, it must be sanding it. Was that like that before? I don't know. Yeah, it's shaping it. So right here, there was a little bump that is gone from that spot, but not here. So like right here, you can see there's still a bump here. But I'm not, it's not getting into this groove here. I'm gonna keep going. Let's try it again. Getting braver. I gave it a little more effort. I don't know. Right there where that little nick is, I want to get it sanded out. Hang on. No, it's not working. I mean, I could see there's sanding dust coming off of it. You can see that, right? Do I just need more patience? It's smoothing it out. Oh, he didn't belt sand the back. Why not? Why didn't he belt sand the back? What the heck, Jeff? not gonna have, he didn't belt sand the back. Looks all nasty, dirty. I love him. He's pretty. You know what? I feel like it's going this direction, right? So it's going clockwise. But I feel like when I had it laid down on counterclockwise, like this, like it was going away from the center, I wasn't getting as much. Let's see if I did it this way. Is that better? Well, that might actually be better, which would make sense. Because you want to go with the force, right? It was like going away from where it should be. All right, hang on. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so that's working. So I have to kind of get it up underneath my arm, pressing down. You have to put a little more pressure on it than I was putting on it. But as you can see, it's starting to take some of this away. So, yeah, that's working, but it's going to take a lot more pressure. I got to think on this for a second. It's the best way to do this. So I don't, A, hurt myself, because if it gets away from me while it's like wedged between my knees, it could cut into my thigh or grab my hand. I really need a vise. I don't have a vise. Just go after it. I'm not going to use it. I really wanted that to work better. I'll be honest. I feel like I should have taken that wood down better than that. It's still extremely rough in here, but well, it's my first time using a flap wheel. I mean, that it is what it is. It's not, I don't think, going to work for this wood. This wood is extremely hard. If you saw the video of me cutting this, I'm not even sure what it is. I think it's an ash. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if you know about barks, maybe you know. I don't know. Maybe ash. It's very hard wood. And, I mean, drilling through it was next to impossible. I just struggled with this. So the fact that the flap wheel is not taking this down the way I wanted it to shouldn't surprise me. I shouldn't judge it based off of these cutting boards, but this is what I bought it for. So it's not working the way I wanted it to. On the cutting board, I'm going to have to do some hand sanding, some manual sand. This is going to be a nightmare. This cutting board is going to make me question all my life choices. But anyway, it should be fine. It'll be fine. So that's a flap wheel, y'all. I mean, I wish I had something that needed paint removing. You know what? Here. Ooh. So here's like a end for a curtain rod. And you can see what I mean by it. It takes the paint off. So, I mean, it works for that. And it probably would work on a softer wood for what I want it to do. But a softer wood would not be a good option for a cutting board. So, I'm sort of in limbo on whether I like it or not. I don't know that it'll be something that I use a lot. But, I mean, it does serve a purpose. I still wish I had a drum sander. And then I'm guessing that I'd still be mad at the drum sander because it wouldn't be working the way it... This wood is so heinous. Like, really, really, really strong. So you could do some damage with this wood. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. If you haven't yet gotten one of your Happy Junkin' shirts, I don't know what we proved today. Happy Junkin' shirts, or the second mouse gets the cheese shirt. I love this shirt. It's one of my favorites. But the second mouse gets the cheese shirt that I bought. Doesn't shrink very much. So I bought the super jumboed, and it didn't shrink like I expected it to. So anyway, if you'd like to send me a thrift flip challenge or anything else, you can send it to the P.O. box. That's where you can send mail, whatever you want to do. I don't know. Do people still send mail? I don't know. And if you'd like to buy me a coffee, it's like Patreon without the monthly commitment. All the money from that goes directly back into the channel. And I appreciate everyone who's contributed. I appreciate everyone who's gotten their shirts and supported the channel that way. Thanks for watching, you guys. Happy Junkin'. Bye. Visit my blog, peonylanedesigns.com, for more tips, tricks, and inspiration. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll be notified of new videos. I post every week DIY tutorials and, of course, more Junkin' videos.